Hello everyone, and today I'll be doing a Project Slayer's tier list. So it's been more or less a week. I think it's a bit more than a week since the first update dropped, releasing three Demon Arts and three Breathings, and they also nerfed a couple. Anyways, I'll be placing these abilities in the tier, and I'll also be using the Trello to show off the skills and also explain my reasoning for it. So first of all, Akaza, A tier. Very, it's not a brain dead art because moves like air type, you're not going to be able to hit very often. This ability struggles with combos because moves like chaotic type don't do a lot of damage. And explosive fury knocks too far away to combo off of, but it excels at block breaking. So if you're blocking, chances are they're gonna break it, because this move, if you hold down explosive fury, you'll run at the or where your mouse is pointed. So you can get block broken from pretty far. Because chaotic type block breaks, crown splitter block breaks, explosive fury block breaks, and the ult annihilation type block breaks. Do note that if you block annihilation type, its damage gets cut into like a 20th, maybe a 10th. I don't remember, but it did like 23 damage when someone blocked it. That normally does like 200. So yeah, 10. Anyway, Flashing Willow doesn't look like a combo extender because it flings, but it's also if let me explain what the invisible dot is in like attacks. So invisible dot is for Flashing Willow. It's where your character's fist is pointed down. So if they're right on top of it, then it'll just fling them up, and then it'll land right in front of you, which allows you to combo extend after it. If you mess this up, though, then chances are they're going to get flung too far to combo extend off this. Though this is very good at crowd control, though this is not a crowd like a PvE tier list. This is a PvP tier list. You will definitely have to try harder than most people to win, but if you're good, you'll win most of your matches. Dream Demon Art, S tier. So Dream Demon Art. Let me explain what each move does. This is just a okay combo extender. Now this is where Dream starts to get really strong. This is a 3-hit combo extender. It's a block break. It's fast. And it's really hard to punish, because they're throwing 3 fast projectiles at you. I think the only thing that could also punish this is another Dream Demon Art, or I guess Swamp. Now the third move, Echoing Whisper. If you use this before you get comboed, you can detonate this while in stun, so they have to back up or get comboed themselves. Piercing Flesh, a pretty strong block break. A very strong block break if you can aim it. This will always knock in the direction you were facing when you placed it. So it'll always knock away from you, which in some cases means you can't combo off of it. However, if you position yourself well, ignore Spiritual Core, then you can actually combo into Flesh Monster. Flesh Monster has the invisible dot in the middle of the crater, so it'll pull them towards you if you hit other people at the maximum range. If you hit it at the closest range, like closest to you, then it'll knock away, and that's not what you want. So if you use this at the maximum range possible, it's got like a sweet spot, then you deal like 230 damage and can combo off of it. And since it only hits 3 times, it hits a couple times. Piercing Flesh for some reason doesn't fill up the evasion gauge that much, but Flesh Monster also doesn't for many reasons. First of all, it's a 3-hit ult, which normally ults do fill up the meter a lot, though seems to be some kind of exception. Another note, this move is fully invincible and has invincibility that lingers outside the ult for a second, which means if someone tries to punish you for throwing this out at random, you get a combo on them. And that's why it's an S tier. Very strong and pretty easy to use. Not water breathing. Still worse than Shockwave, but definitely A tier. The only moves that really suck on water are the first move and the fourth. Yeah, the fourth. Water Wheel is situational, but you can actually combo off of it if you time it good. Water Serpent is it's pretty consistent. I'd say it's your most consistent move. Again, with the invisible dot in the middle, will pull everyone that gets hit by it towards that dot. A Drop Ripple Thrust is just... You're not going to be using this, I'm going to be honest. If it was a block break, maybe. And the life support of this entire breathing. This move is fast, it has long range, it's a block break, it does good damage. And to top it off, since it's water breathing, no one's going to expect it, especially at the start of a ranked match. And Constant Flux. Though you can't use this as a combo starter, due to it being a close range move, this is the only move you'll ever need to use as a combo tool, because you can just do M1s up tilt, one more M1, throw out the entire Constant Flux, and that's like the damage of a normal combo. And because you do it like that, also that would benefit you more just to throw out the last hit. You get to use these other skills, every single one, as a neutral tool, which makes your neutral that much more oppressive. And though its kit itself is weaker, I'd still say this kit stands a very strong chance against other breathings and demon arts, and that's why it's an A tier. Now Beast Breathing, S tier. I would say that this would be a lot better if you could change the key for Breath Dashing. And the reason for that is because every move except for the ult is close range. Like, every single move is a super disgusting neutral tool, but only at close range. Like Crazy Cutting, though this Trello says it's not a block breaker, this move block breaks because it doesn't block break in a single hit, but it hits enough times to block break, especially against demons. And then there's Bending Slash, which, I mean, if you for some reason get people off you, then this is the move they use. Throwing Strike, jump in the air, throw this out, you'll catch people off guard 9 times out of 10. Though this move is not a block breaker and very punishable if someone blocks it, so do be careful. And then Devouring Slash. This move, if you hold it down, it like runs a little runs forward. Not to the extent of Explosive Fury, but still pretty strong. And then this move is very strong. Probably one of the strongest ults in the game. And though people say, oh, this ult has no range, you're not supposed to use it like that. You can actually use this to get more pressure off like someone combo escaping. Though this combo will do less damage than the combo you made them escape with due to the amount of evasion bar it fills. But this will, if you play this well, you can just get another free combo. Which means your combo average, since this would be considered a reset, if you know what that is. I wouldn't consider it all in one combo, but your damage average is definitely the highest at the cost of having short range. And that's why it's an S tier. Probably, it's a very skill-based breathing for, well, in comparison to what else is going to come up. And Dream. But it's definitely probably the strongest skill-based ability in the game. And flame breathing. This is probably going to be the most controversial one. B tier. I would say that this is definitely top of B, though. And the reason for that, like, don't get me wrong, flame is good. It's just that, like, when something's in a world where you're just good and, like, something that's really strong, like, example, like the last one we did, Beast, close range demon, you can do about, like, 80% if you play well before having to go back to neutral. And flame just doesn't have that kind of strength. Like, Rising Scorching Sun, it's okay. It's a decent combo extender. Unknowing Fire, absolute joke. If your opponent has an iframe move, don't even consider using this, because even if you up tilt, the move is too slow to combo off of. It's fast enough where they can't block it. This move is blockable, by the way. But if they have Flesh Monster, for example, they can just smash that and get out of your combo. Not a good combo extender. Not good in neutral because it's cancelable, slow, and blockable. And if they block it, you get punished. You get comboed. Blooming Flame Undulation, decent move. Only really good if you're a Rengoku clan, which that clan sucks. Don't care. Imagine using an entire clan for a worse Agatsuma mode and 3 damage a tick. And it hits like 5 times. Blazing Universe. So imagine Waterfall Basin if it was the worst move in the game. Okay, it's not the worst move in the game, but it's really bad. It's blockable. It's got more end lag. It's got a worse hitbox. I don't know if I said less range, but it's got less range. And it's slower. And it's much more noticeable. Flame Tiger. Imagine Constant Flux if it did no damage. That's what Flame Tiger is. In Purgatory, you could use this as a combo extender if you broke every single habit imaginable that you could get in playing ranked, but not recommended, given that it fills the evasion bar by like 70%. Well, that's dependent on who uses it on you. But this move is really only good as a means to finish someone off. Besides that, not really that good. That's why I threw it in B tier. Anyways, Mist, probably low A. Mist has a high breath cost on most moves. Like, example, Notorious, shifting Flow Slash, taking 45 breath bar. I think Lunar Dispersing Mist takes a similar amount. And I know for a fact Obscuring Clouds takes 45 as well. This one, you probably have to work the hardest out of any A tier. Because most of your moves are utility. Like, your ult just makes you invisible. And if you're not careful, you can get comboed anyway. Shifting Flow Slash, average. So, I don't know if this is actually a block breaker, so I won't say anything on that. Where's the Flame Tiger? Anyway, this move really hard to combo extend with. Mostly good as a combo extender, or not extender, starter. And that's about it. Dash is decent. Like the dash though. Very good if like you somehow landed Lunar Dispersing Mist and you're just not far enough in reach. You can just throw this out. However, that takes a lot of breath bar. That basically kills your combo potential. Unless you have Indomitable Will. So you have to play this ability, this breath. Very smart in order to win fights. And that's why it's an A tier. I'm not gonna say too much. It's they forgot to nerf Bloodshot. I believe they nerfed Thunderclap, but they just forgot Bloodshot entirely. And now Wind, hold on. Still a lot stronger. But very slept on. Like, this is a projectile, which normally you can't combo off of it unless you use your second skill, which is the screw neutral button. It's unpunishable unless they're at the end of the dash distance, which don't do it like that. It's fast, does a decent amount of damage, and it's got a lot of stun. Basically, this is a breath made to manipulate the opponent into doing what you want. Which I don't know, that doesn't really sound too difficult to me, but maybe for someone else. Clean Storm Wind Tree is what makes this more of a manipulative breathing, because you can use this to get people off you. It's really fast. Only reason why it has charge up is because he's holding it. And Black Wind Mountain Mist, can't say that name, is the same scenario as Rise of the Scorching Sun. It's an okay combo sender. Cold Mountain Wind, interestingly similar to this, but this one actually combo extends if you use it right. You can't up tilt into this if to combo extend, I believe. And Ijiten Typhoon, probably one of the most free ults in the entire game, because you get like 3 seconds of stun, not 3 seconds, 2 seconds after the last hit. And even if you're using this from really far away, you get to use your second skill once you get within range. And this is the only scenario where you should ever use it at its maximum range. And you just get a combo. Very strong breathing. Would recommend more people use this. Insect breathing. Okay, let me explain. Jawbreaker. Yeah, its armor buff is super cool and all, except it's still punishable on block. This only really helps against people who mash after it. And it's a good combo extender. Just does really low damage, which is going to be a theme for the rest of Insect Breathing. And then this skill is like Wind Dash. If it had more end lag, was just more punishable and did less damage. Go figure, Insect Breathing. This move's okay. Can't combo off of it like most other barrages due to its insane end lag. The last hit inflicts poison. The only move in Insect Breathing that'll actually do a decent amount of damage, and it's because of overtime damage. This move only you can hold this to make it last longer. The only means you'd ever have of using this if you want to get around someone's block, which it's a lot easier just to do it with an M1, but you know, options, I guess. Still no damage. Mantis Kick, worst move in the game, not kidding. This move is a counter that's so slow that you can block in between. It's also not frame 1, because you see how they get hit in the middle of the startup. It's uncancelable. But even if you land this, 34 damage, no combo. And then Caprice. Itaden Typhoon, but really punishable and no damage. Do I need to say more? Oh, also, that's only block breaker. Wait, never mind. The last... I don't know why you'd ever use this as a block breaker, but you can do that. So the only viable block breaker would be Caprice, which no one's blocking against this super slow move. They're just going to dodge it, because this move will always hit the ground. So if you just jump before they hit, which it's pretty noticeable when they're about to strike, then they'll never get hit. Overall, really bad. And people overrate this breath so much. Reaper. I'd put this probably above Akaza. Now hear me. I believe this art has 5 skills. I might be wrong. Nope. Yeah, it does have 5 skills. And the reason for that is because you get a passive TP dash. Which, this dash is very strong. Very strong. You can get around people's block with absolute ease. Reap of Despair. If both slashes land, it's a block break. Though I wouldn't know why you use this as anything other than a combo extender, given that your dash is strong enough to win neutral, even if you're just M1ing. This move is a joke. Don't ever use it. Even with missing like 1 skill and only having 5 actual skills, this is still really strong. Blazing Amputation is a medium range projectile, which normally you can't combo off of it, but if you use Quick Tackle, which for some reason you can use it after Blazing Amputation, even though the said move has end lag, this allows you to get a okay combo of it as long as you have Reap of Despair. And this is another screw neutral button. Think of Water Wheel, but like if it was an ultimate. This is what it is. And it also just carries people away. Very useful in PvP. Run into a wall and then you just get a free combo. And it lasts long enough to get or let you get to a wall. And that's why it's very strong. Very strategic. And then Tamari. Hold on. Let me get it. This move is just... Oh, forgot to mention. Projectiles. If you've played AUT, there's a problem where projectiles don't hit right in front of you. For some reason. And for a demon art full of projectiles, your neutral sucks. Like, really bad. Like, this move is a low damage combo extender. The problem with having all your moves be combo extenders, every single one of your moves is combo extenders, except for Tamari Meteor, which is useless. And I guess Forearms, which I'll talk about that in a minute. But the problem with having projectiles that are useless in neutral and having every single one of them just be a combo extender is that you have to just get M1s out of nowhere. And in a game like this, when something like Wind exists, where you can just get a free neutral win, you get free damage, that's really bad. And this move is a block break, but you're never landing this. It's cancelable, slow. It's just not great. And then Forearms, a literal detriment to this kit. It allows you to use this move, but after when you pull this out, and when it ends, you're put in end lag. Your moves deal more damage. Your M1s deal more damage. But it's at the sacrifice of putting yourself in danger at some point in the future, usually in 30 seconds. If you can strategically use this right, though, then you can use this as a combo extender, which I wouldn't recommend. Use as a combo starter. This is your only combo starter. So, a move that gives you your combo starter, but in 30 seconds, you'll be put in stun, which, even if you're comboing someone, regardless of what move you hit them before the mode ends, you're still getting comboed. That's just a fact you're going to accept. And that's why it's in the same tier as Insect. Arrow, C tier. Hold on, I'll pull up Arrow. The thing about Arrow is it's unique because it's got aimable projectiles. Like, you can aim them halfway through, though it's pretty hard to. You actually get a movement tool. You only get 5 skills, but some of these skills are really strong. It's also got a very big gimmick. If you aim arrow knockback right, you can actually hit them in the back, which pulls them towards you. Though that's very hard to do. If you can master this, then you get a really easy combo starter. They can't block it either, since it'd be pretty hard to block something that's behind you. Air flight, use stamina to fly, which allows you to catch up slayers, which no other demon art can, except for speed. My bad, speed ult can. But this move is solely dedicated to movement, and that's a great thing to have, especially if you're a zoner ability. However, this is not actually a zoning ability. Well, kinda. This piercing arrow is a grab move, which you can't see through here, where if there's someone right in front of you and they're not blocking, then an arrow goes right through them, kind of like rings their arm, I think, and then pulls them towards you, and you just punch them, which all your moves end in a knockaway except for one. And then there's Koketsu Arrow, where it's like the same thing but with a longer cooldown, and like this piercing arrow's got like a 10-second cooldown, I believe. But Koketsu Arrow has a really high damage output, even for a combo under, and it's got a really long cooldown because of it. It's hard to combo into as well, at least truthfully. And then there's arrow spikes. Imagine Bloodshot if it block broke and didn't knock in any direction. It just ragdolled them upward slightly. That's what this is. And it does a gross amount of damage as well. It's like 150, I believe. I'm going based on like Mastery 100, by the way. It's probably more. And though even with this, Arrow does struggle with combos, and that's why it's here. Because even though it's okay, you still have to try very hard in order to win. Like if you fought a Nakaza, chances of winning are slim because they have means of getting close to you. And, if you're using your arrow flight to run away, then you'll run out of stamina long before them. And that's why it's there. Anyways, Thunder above Mist. The nerf it got was admittedly pretty dumb. I'm not saying that it didn't need nerfs. I'm just saying that maybe a simple nerf to 6-fold hitbox would have done it. Given that it's only a reliable block breaker, unless you using Rumbling Thunderclap as a block breaker. Don't even try that. Thunderclap, really only useful against people that can't block unless you're using it as a combo extender. Heat Lightning, inconsistent. I think Water Serpent, if it sometimes flings in random directions. Rapid Slashes, this move is actually a block breaker, even though the trailer doesn't say so. But the move is okay. You can combo this into 6-fold if you manage to not use 6-fold in the first 3 seconds of the match. Rumbling Thunderbolt, get the up tilt and then immediately do this to combo extend, but it's a very high damage combo extender. Pretty good. Rice Spirit sucks. It's also really noticeable, and it's blockable. And 6-fold, your only block breaker, very strong. Your strongest move for sure. Also, in this clip, had the funny move. 6-fold is very strong. It's a block breaker, high damage combo extender with a decent cooldown, even for all of that. The only downside is if you miraculously miss this, you're getting punished for sure. Just like normal Thunderclap. Though, admittedly, it's pretty strong. That's why I put it there. And also, not on this list, because I couldn't get it there. It wouldn't work. But Swamp, I'd put it right above Beast. Actually, right above Wind. Swamp. This move is a decent getaway tool, because no one's going to run right into your puddle. And it just allows you to get away at the cost of stamina. So let's count the other moves. Combo starter tool. combo starting tool, your only combo extender that you should be using, same situation as Constant Flux, but slightly better. And Swamp Domain, another combo starter, because you can just run into someone with, like, say, Traveling Claws, and then just pop this move, free combo. Very strong, can't block it. And then Self-Replication, never use this as a neutral tool. It will get hit, it will disappear, and you'll miss out on 300 damage. What you should be doing is 4 M1s, and then use Self-Replication. And then this move will just come out, immediately punch them for 300 damage, and then you get more M1s off. And then that's it. That's all you need for a really high damage combo. If you do more skills as combo extenders, you'll be using unnecessary stamina. The only exception to this is probably like Dominable Will, if you have that. Traveling Claws is like a near instant combo starter. You can only get hit in like the short time that like you're in that puddle after you teleport, which no one's expecting that. Unless you fall right on top of them, but it's got a really lenient hitbox, so don't just teleport right under them, and you'll just be safe. Swamp Eject, Waterfall Basin, but blockable, which sounds bad, but it's actually not punishable. So you can just throw this out. If they block it, then you can just use Swamp Puddle or just simply back up. Swamp Trap, it's easier to combo off of Piercing Flesh. Doesn't do damage though. Overall, very strong. Would put right here, and now would put at the top of S. Which, this is surprising where everything went up. I'll throw that right here. And that's it. Tell me what you think. This was a really long video. Was not expecting that. Well, anyways, if you want PvE tier list, then comment below. But hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.